Hey coaches, what's going on? It's Coach Tim here with another video. And guys, I'm gonna help some of you who are thinking about starting your own youth football team, or you're moving to another city and you're trying to figure out, hey, like, how do I get a youth football team started in this area? So I've done all of that, guys. And so I want to help you out a little bit, give you some general tips on what you need to do. And before I get into this video, do me a solid and like and subscribe to my channel, guys. You'll be doing me a solid. And guys, of course, don't forget to download the free Beast formation playbook that you can use this year when you start your youth football teams, guys. So here it goes. Let's get into this thing. So I think it'd be proper, guys, for me to start off by saying that I've started 3 youth football teams in my 13 years of coaching. I've started the Hope Lions, I started the Eastside Warriors, and now the Holt Ironman Youth Football and Cheer program. So these are 3 programs that I've started, and each experience have been different, but there are basic processes that you need to go through to really not only start a good program, but to really dominate. And I think I'm gonna start with the very first program, guys, that I started, because I started this program and I made it to the championship my very first year against a lot of veteran coaches and good teams. Um, so, so I'm gonna kind of give you a 5-step process. I'm gonna go past 5 steps. I'm just let you know that in advance. I'm gonna give you basically a 5-step process though, as to how to start your own youth football team. So let's get to it. So the very first thing, guys, that you want to do is you want to figure out what are the youth football programs in your area. Okay, are there rec leagues that has youth football? Are there more independent youth football leagues in your area? Because I'm here to tell you, typically the rec leagues won't be as competitive as some of the more independent youth football teams or leagues rather. So you can even kind of figure out what you want to do. Do you want to start a youth football team in a less competitive league where you can kind of get your bearings and just kind of learn what you want to do, or do you want to, jump right into, like, playing with the best of the best in your region, in your city? Either way is fine with me, but just kind of figure out what do you want to do, which direction you want to go with this youth football thing. So once you find out um, what youth football associations or leagues are in your area, what you want to do is get in contact with the administrators. Okay, now this is what I'm going to tell you, and this is going to save you a potential headache. I would try to get directly in contact with the president or vice president of the league. Okay, in direct contact with the president or vice president of the league, because look, in my experience, if you're just trying to go directly to like a receptionist or even like a program director, they are like glorified administrative assistants in many cases, and they can block you from joining a league. So I like to go directly to the president, directly to the vice president if you can, to see what the requirements are. And not only see what the requirements are, but start building relationships with these people, because they will pull strings for you that maybe that program director won't do, or not willing to do, or can't do. All right. So make sure you talk to the president and vice president. All right. Number 3, let's say you went ahead and you chose your association, you decide to go rec league, you talk to the president, and boom, you're in the league, right? The next step that I would do is I will go ahead and start recruiting my kids. Okay, guys. So going back to the very first year that I started coaching youth football when I was 20 years old, I had I had 2 nephews who wanted to play football, and then their 2 best friends wanted to play football. So I had 4 kids starting off, and I felt like I was on top of the world because I had 4 kids who was ready to play football. But what I did was I got them to recruit their friends. and their friends recruited their friends. And then before you know it, guess what? I had a football team. And I didn't have a big football team my first year. I had 15 kids, but we dropped down to 13 kids by the time of the end of the season came around. But it didn't hurt us from being a really good team. We was a 6-2 youth football team. We made it to the championship, and we lost the championship our first year, 13-6. It's a tight game. I was devastated, especially being a rookie coach. Really didn't understand youth football like I do now, of course. But that was a really good team, and I never forget those kids. As a matter of fact, I have one of them who's my 9 and 10-year-old coach in my program now. He's 24 years old. It's mind-boggling how that works. But you want to go ahead, guys, and start relentlessly recruiting kids. The last thing you want to do is not have a lot of talent or have enough players so you can compete. Guys, usually when I first start my program, I'm not worried about talent as much as I'm worried about my numbers, making sure I just have enough kids to compete, because I believe in my ability as a coach to improve the kids to where they're having fun, whether they win it all or just win some games or whatever. My whole goal is to make sure these kids are having fun and put in a position where they can be successful, along the way. So make sure you recruit kids. And in the middle of recruiting kids, make sure that reach out to the local schools, guys. That's going to be a huge one. And not just the principal, but the PE coach. Reach out to the PE coaches in these schools, because they will help you. They will help you. Get them flyers. They'll give it directly to their best player, because they see these kids every day and they know who the very, very, very talented kids are, in the school. So they'll reach out and they'll become one of your biggest recruiters, guys. They become one of your biggest supporters. So make sure you reach out to local schools, all right? And guys, I'm gonna say, look, if you liking this video so far and you agree with what I'm saying, give me that. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button if you're feeling what I'm saying, all right? So you're part of a league and you talk to the president and you recruited your kids, and you got a good relationship with the school. What's the next thing you're gonna do, guys? What you want to do is get you at least one good assistant coach, okay? Guys, I've had it to the point where I've had 6 assistant coaches. I've had it where I've had 3 assistant coaches, 2 assistant coaches, 1, 0, okay? In my experience, this is just me now, I work better when I only have maybe 1 assistant coach, 2 tops, okay? Just with the way that I coach, my coaching style, and I like for my coaches to be more like eyes to the field, and I basically coordinate the offense and defense. That's just how I am. Now, there have been years where I've had assistant coaches coordinate the defense or coordinate special teams or something like that, or even I think I said special teams or strength and conditioning. That's what I meant to say. I had them do strength and conditioning, but I found out that I need guys who are bought into my system and my process, and I'd rather for the ship to sink on my watch opposed to what the other coaches is doing according to their scheme and their plan, if that makes sense. So, if I'm running a 6-2 defense and I get a defensive coordinator in there that want to run a 4-4 or a 3-4 or something like that, that'll go against what I'm trying to do. So it's just better for me to just have maybe 1 assistant coach, maybe 2, and they kind of play almost as an analyst in my program in terms of for games, but then in terms of practice, they help me with the drills, and I may be over the offensive line, and they may help with the skill guys or so on and so forth. And find somebody who complements you. The last thing you want to do is just pick a buddy, and you and the buddy, y'all wild out before y'all done a lot of things, but then you the head coach and their assistant coach, and they feel like they can talk to you any kind of way or try to undermine you. You got to be careful with that, guys, because I'm here to tell you, the quickest way for your program to go toxic is to have a coach who really don't know how to stay in their lane and they overstep their bounds. All right, guys. So make sure you get an assistant coach that, number one, respects you and respects your leadership. Number two, know how to stay in their lane. Number three, it helps that they know football a little bit. If they don't know football, that's fine, because some of the best coaches I ever had, they didn't know football, but they just wanted to be out there and help the kids. And those are the kind of guys you can help guide and mold along the way. I love those type of guys. So, decide how many coaches you want. I would recommend, guys, just start with one. Start with one that first year, two tops, and just kind of see how it goes, all right? So we got all the assistant coaches, we got, your team together, we got all of this stuff together. What to do next? Guys, I would host some type of community camp, youth football camp, to get just the buzz around the area. Starting a youth football camp or starting practice or something like that. Now, I know in my area, the leagues don't want you to call it practice. They want you to call it camp, okay? And that's the way to just kind of get around that. You can have camps, weekly camps, that you do 2-3 times a week or more, whatever you decide you want to do. That way you can kind of recruit your kids, build basic skills for your kids to make sure they're put in a successful, position and be conditioned and ready to play some football in the fall. So go ahead and start doing camps. And if you got the money and the resources, start getting the promotional material out there, okay? Get your flyers, get your banners, your signs, put them in front of the schools, like in high traffic locations. Put a good number out there, guys. I'm one of those people, I don't like to get my number out, but put an email or send them to your team social media page, or just put a location on, like a time and date. Like we practice every Thursday and Sunday right now, right? 5 to 7 p.m. So you can put that on your flyer so they know every Thursday and Sunday that you guys are out there, playing, having your football camp. So that's something, guys, you can definitely do right off the jump. Start practicing. All right, so you got all of this going. You've been practicing. You got all of that stuff going. And guys, if you got the resources, invest in some really nice uniforms, or spirit packs. You can have okay uniforms, but if they got like really nice like dry fit shirts, like kind of like the one I'm wearing now, got a really nice dry fit shirt. They got the team name, like we're about to have one that may say Ironman Nation. Ironman is our mascot, so maybe Ironman Nation. Just to have the kids, have something they're proud of. Kids love dry fit stuff, matching shorts. Also, even if you can afford like hoodies, kids are go crazy over team hoodies. I'm telling you, I bought hoodies 2 years ago, and I see kids still representing their hoodies and stuff when I see them on Facebook and stuff like that. So team hoodies, that kind of stuff, get them some gear. And I promise you, that investment is going to be some of the best marketing you can ever do. And if you can get it early, the better, because kids are going to be like, oh, I want to play for that team. They got hoodies. Because most teams in your league, except maybe one or two of them, won't have all of that stuff just because they don't have the money, the money to make it happen. So yeah. All right, guys. So I'm going to give you one last tip, guys. I may have to do a part 2 on this whole thing, but I'm gonna give you one last tip on starting your youth football team. So you got all the swag, and you got all the gear, and you got your team together and all of that. Make sure you get a phenomenal team mom. Get a team mom, guys, that takes all of the non-football related things off of your plate. Okay, guys. I kind of struggle with this because I'm naturally an administrative, organizational type of guy. So it's easy for me to do non-football related things and also do football related things. But some of you guys hate administrative stuff, and I get it. I totally get it. And for that purpose, you want to get a really good team mom who loves getting waters, getting Gatorades, um, doing events. Just love the non-football related stuff. Some of the best team moms that I've seen are the ones who participate in PTO meetings at school, bake sales at school, Girl Scouts. Like right now, guys, in my program, I got 4 women who can be like top notch team moms for the program. So what I did with them is I got one director of cheerleading, one is my VP. I got one that's the assistant director of cheer, and that's just the way we got it. And I got somebody that's going to be over our volunteer corps as well. And you put these people to work if they want to be a part and they want to add value to these kids and to your program. Put them to work, because I'm telling you, they'll be the biggest asset to your program in the long run than just about anybody else, guys. So make sure you get you a really, really, really good team mom. All right, guys. So that's it for this video, guys. I'm going to cut it short. I may end up doing a part 2 to this video because there are a lot of things that go into it. And guys, I'm telling you, when you start your team, don't focus so much on the plays and what scheme you're going to run and all of that. That's the fun stuff. I get it. I know. But if you want your program to be a championship caliber program or just be a solid program, focus on the things that I told you. Make sure you guys are solid and established and got a good brand. Because quality parents are attracted to a quality program, a quality brand, okay, guys? And that's what you want. You don't want to come into this thing your first year and you got parents who don't, who just don't respect your process, who don't bring their kids to practice, who just think you a glorified babysitter called a head football coach. You don't want those type of parents. I hate to say it. And you will run into those type of parents, guys. And you have to make a decision whether you want to, get that kid or not, and pick them up for practice sometimes and all of that. But in my experience, guys, you want to get parents who are invested in their kids. And the only way you're able to attract those type of parents is that you have to be an attractive program that represents a level of quality, a level of class. And it starts by who you allow to be in your program as volunteers. And it also matters how your systems and your process is set up. If you always late for practice, guess what? They're going to be late for practice, and it's going to turn off a lot of the parents who are big on being on time and that kind of thing. All right, guys. So that's it for this video, guys. Again, don't forget to give me thumbs up hit that like button, give me 2 thumbs up. Well, you can't do that, but you know what I mean. Hit that like button, guys. You'll be doing me a solid. Also, don't forget to download the free Beast Formation playbook that's in the description below. And the last thing, guys, I have a masterclass called the scoring formula. Right now, it's in the beta process, meaning that I haven't dropped the videos yet, but you can get that online course pre-sale right now. I think I only got it $50, okay? It's only $50 right now, but it is going to shoot up once I drop all of the videos in there. It's going to teach you exactly how to run the Beast formation, how I averaged over 40 points per game. And you want to just get that because I'm going all in on how to score 40 plus points per game, whether you're running the Beast formation or running your own thing. So guys, I want to definitely let you know about that in the description. About that masterclass is in the description box below, guys. All right, guys, this is Coach Tim. Remember, be great, have fun, and beast out, guys. Peace.